Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the application of differentiation. The chapter which consists all of the whatever we have studied for the differentiation or the way of differentiating a object, whatever we have studied. Now in this chapter we are going to use it. Our first chapter or the first topic in which we are going to study or which we are going to once again see the application of differentiation is rate of change. So let me consider what is the meaning of rate of change. We have already known the rate and the change. Change means something, if there is a variation in some object, that is called change, and the rate means the amount of changes occur when the fluctuation of the one variable occurs. So we are going to start the proper definition. If we know y is equals to fx is a function, then derivative dy by dx can be interpreted as a rate of y with respect to x. Means normally we are thinking or we are taking dy by dx as a rate of change. Dy by dx is a rate of change of y with respect to x. Now let us consider with a practical example. Let me draw one graph related to that. Let y is equals to fx is the graph. This is the graph, and x1 and y1 x2 is the 2 points. Here I can see the fluctuation in the graph is del x. Suppose earlier was on x1, now it's changed to x2. So due to change in the input, their function value have also changed. And earlier the function value was px1, x1, and on x2 it is fx2. Now, so we can consider this PQ as a secant line, and so the slope of the secant can be represented by del y upon del x. So this is del y by del x, which can be represented by the change of the function. Now let me see how we can get how it is going to be represented by the rates. So since the variation on x is x1, so x2, so we can represent del x is equals to x2 minus x1. So del x represented by x2 minus x1, and so for del y will be represented by fx2 minus fx1, means value on x2 minus value on x1. So the difference quotient will be del y upon del x. This is a difference quotient, so del y upon del x is equals to fx2 minus fx1 upon x2 minus x1. Since this is the difference quotient, and this is also called the average rate of change of y with respect to x over the interval x1 to x2. This is considered only for the over interval x1 and x2, and it can be interpreted as a slope of secant line. As you can see, this can be represented by the tan theta. Tan theta is equals to del y upon del x, so it can be interpreted as a slope of the secant line, del y by del x. And because of that, if I am taking del x tends to 0, means the variation is very smaller than it's going tending towards 0, then it is called instantaneous rate of change of y with respect to x, and it can be represented by del y dy upon dx is equals to limit del x tends to 0 del y upon del x. So far we know that dy by dx is called rate of change of y with respect to x. So now we came to know, now we have already known how to find the dy by dx if the function is already given. There are various methods we have already studied how to get the differentiation. Now we are going to use the proper information, proper knowledge to get the rates of change. Now there is another thing, another topic. Change cannot be done always into objects. Change can also be done when the objects are more than two. That is called related rates. So related rates are the rates which are like a changing with respect to the some another quantity. Okay, so let us take one example. If we are pumping air into a balloon, both the volume and the radius of the balloon are increasing and their rate of increase are related to each other. Their increase in volume and the radius are related to each other. But it is much easier to measure directly the rate of increase in the volume than the rate of increase of the radius. So we have seen that volume, if we are just pumping out air into the balloon volume is also increasing and the radius is also decreasing, so that inversely if we are taking out the air from the balloon, they both are decreasing. So this way we can have the one object is related to another object is related to third object, and in this way when we are getting the rates, that is called related rate. Suppose I am giving you an example. Suppose fx is equals to, fx is one function and fx is equals to suppose at and fgy is equals to atx and bty. Suppose these two functions are there and I know this fx is depend on x and y is depend on y, and there is another variable, which variable name is t. So they both are depend on the t. So these can be related with the help of this also. Although we have already solved related problems or related rate which can be written, which we have already written in the form of parametric, like y is equals to sin t and x is equals to cos t. Then find the value of dy by dx. You might have remembered this method of solving problem of differentiation. This goes to related rate. So related rate is also a kind of rate, but it can be used when there is the two quantity are dependent on each other and rest next one quantity is dependent on the previous one, so that we can get the third quantity dependency on the first quantity. This is called the related rate. Many of the question NCERT we are covering, or we are taking the another options, many are the similar. So we are moving for the question, one or two question I will solve, rest of the question you are supposed to see from the NCERT or other. Let us take one example. Air is being pumped into a spherical balloon so that its volume increased at the rate of 100 centimeter cube. How fast the radius of the balloon increasing when the diameter is 50 centimeter? You are supposed to find out how fast radius of balloon is increasing. Before starting this, I wanted to just attract your consideration. Such type of problem, when you are dealing with the rate, it means rate is always going to d by dt. Rate is most of the time going to the d by dt for the CBSE or the NCERT problems, whatever we are going to see. So first we need to see what we have and what we are going to get. So we have the volume increase. Suppose let the volume V. So we know dV upon dt is equals to 100 centimeter cube per second. So we can say that volume of the whatever the pumped is 100 centimeter cube per second. Now what to find out? This is V hat. This is V hat. Now what we need? We need to get how fast radius of balloon is increasing. So we are going to get dr upon dt. We are going to find out dr upon dt. Another additional information is given. The additional information is what? When the diameter is 50 centimeter, means d is equals to 50 centimeter. So we can consider from here d is equals to 50 centimeter. So r will be 25 centimeter. So now whatever we have, I have written here whatever we have to find. This is, and whatever the additional I have, we have here. We have pointed, taken out everything. Now we are going to solve the problem. So while solving the problem, what we are focusing more, that whatever we have, how we can use maximum. So here I have the volume dV upon dt, and I wanted to find out r. So I know there is a connection between V and r. Volume and radius of the sphere, I know the connection. So my first job is to formulate whatever I have. So V is equals to, I know V is equals to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So I am going to write here, and I know dV upon dt I have, so I am going to differentiate this with respect to t. So dV upon dt is equals to 4 by 3 pi 3 r 3 minus 2, which will be 4 by 3 pi 3 r square. This is one. So r square, 3 and 3 cancel. So it will be 4 pi r square. So 4 pi r square dr upon dt. Sorry, this will be dr upon dt, and this will also be dr upon dt. Now I have the formula. I have established the formula. dV upon dt is equals to 4 pi r square dr upon dt. So I can see from here that whatever I have and whatever I am going to find, both are here. So I am just going to put the value. Value is 100 centimeter cube per second is given. This is 4 pi and r square dr upon dt. So from here I can get dr upon dt is equals to dr upon dt is equals to 100 upon 4 pi r square. So this will be 25. So this is 25 upon pi r square. Now I got the dr upon dt. dr upon dt value is this 25 by pi r square. Now another additional information is given when r is equal to 25. So what to get? Now I need to find out the value of dr upon dt, the value of dr upon dt at r is equals to 25. Now, so what to do? Nothing else. I am going to get dr upon dt at 25. So it will be 25 upon 25 square pi, which is 1 upon 25 pi. So the answer for dr upon dt at 25 is pi upon 25. If you wanted to make it, figure it out in decimal, it will be approximate 0.0127 centimeter cube per second, centimeter per second. Okay, so this was the problem, but we need to understand how we can move forward to solve the problem. First we need to take out whatever we have. then whatever we have to find out, then we are going to solve, get the additional information, and then we are just focusing on solving problem. When we are focusing on the solving problem, we have to find the relationship whatever we have and whatever we are going to find out. The another question which we are moving is related to the dy by dx, means the related rate. Next question, a ladder 10 feet long rests against a vertical wall. There is a wall, vertical wall, and a ladder is resting against the vertical wall. If the bottom of the ladder slides away, the bottom of the ladder is sliding away from the wall at the rate 1 feet per second. Suppose the distance is x, so I know if it's taking away, so dx by dt, dx upon dt is equals to 1 feet per second. Now, if the bottom of ladder slides away from at the rate 1 feet, how fast the top of the ladder sliding down the wall when the bottom of the ladder, once again bottom of the ladder is given, so bottom of the ladder means x is equals to given 6 feet. Now these are two things given, one is this, another additional information. Now what to find out? We need to find out how fast top of the ladder sliding down. It means suppose this is y, so I need to find out dy by dx. Okay, so sorry, dy by dt. So if I am going to get dy by dt, it means first I need some formula to make them consolidated, make them relate. So I know this question we have already seen when we were in 10th grade. So we know this is related to Pythagoras theorem, and the hypotenuse is the ladder and ladder length is 10 feet. So I can just see that by using Pythagoras theorem, I know x square plus y square is equals to 10 square. So the important formula I am going to get from here. Now how I can solve, because I need to find out dy by dt. So I need to think about that, how to get dy by dt. As I have already told, this is nothing like already we have done the differentiation. So if such type of differentiation came, what you are doing, how you are attacking on the differentiation, just simply both side differentiate with respect to t, because you wanted to find dy by dt. So differentiate both side by d by dt. So this is x square plus y square is equals to d by dt of 10 square. Now this will be, if I will differentiate d by dt x square plus d by dt of y square is equals to d by dt of a constant is 0 always, so it will be 0. Now d by dt of x square 2x dx upon dt plus 2y dy upon dt is equals to 0. Now if I will solve, I will get dx upon dt, I know the value, dx upon dt I know the value 1, and x also I know the value 6 here. So either I can use right now or I can use later on also, there is no problem. So here I am not using, I will use later on. So this is 2x into 1 plus 2y into dy by dt. Now from here, if I will solve it, I will get dy by dt is equals to minus 2x upon 2y, and this is going to be cancelled. Dy by dt is equals to minus x by y. Now surprisingly I am getting minus sign here. Why I am getting minus? Because it's decreasing. The y was the height. When the height was decreasing, it can be represented by the negative sign. Now just we are going to solve further. So I know the value of x, because dy by dt at point, I wanted to find dy by dt at point x is equals to 6. But what about y? So dy by dt at 6 will be minus 6 by y. Again the problem is what? I don't know about x. Y, the value of y. So by using the same formula, I am going to get the value of x, y. So I know x square, 6 square plus y square is equals to 10 square. Y square is equals to 10 square minus 6 square. Y is equals to under root 64, and y is equals to plus minus 8. So I am going to choose only plus 8, as the distance cannot be negative quantity. So here, from here I got the value of 8, and so the final rate of change, the height with respect to time, is minus 6 by 8, which is minus 3 by 4. So this was the second question which we have solved. Now the first question was related to volume increasing, volume decreasing. The second type of question is often come related to the distance, increasing, decreasing distance. Now let us take the third type of example. The third type of example consists of the third type of example often consists of a cone. So here is the question. A water tank has a shape of inverted circular cone with base radius 2 meter. It means there is a cone. The water can is just like a cone, and the cone base radius is 2 meter. So this is 2 meter, and the height is 4 meter, and the height is 4 meter. If the water is being pumped into the tank at the rate, water is being pumped into the tank at the rate 2 meter cube per minute. Now this point you are supposed to consider what is given. Is dV by dt positive or negative? Being pumped means you are putting water into that. So this is dV upon dt, because you are increasing volume into the cone or into the tank. So 2 meter cube per minute, dV upon dt. Now find the rate at which the water level rising when the water is 3 meter deep. Here somewhere the water level is on 3 meter. Till here the water level was 3 meter. At the time you are supposed to find the rate at which water level is rising. So suppose here is somewhere h. So you are going to find out dH upon dt. So you are going to find out dH upon dt. dH upon dt. H I have not taken the whole height, I have taken till water. So dH upon dt, you are supposed to get it when h is equals to 3 meters. Again, if you have already studied the 10th grade mensuration problem, you know many things. First, you know volume can be represented with the help of 1 by 3 pi r square h. But the problem is not same as we have already faced. Here the problem is v dv upon dt, you know, dr and dh means there are two variables, it's giving together. So once again, if these two variables are there, it means we are supposed to convert these two variables in one variable. So what the relationship we can use? Probably you remember the similarity of the triangle, and if we are considering this portion as a triangle, this portion if we are considering as a triangle, so we can see the big triangle is similar to the smaller triangle. So I am going to give the name OA, B, C and D. So here I know A, O, D and this is B and C. So I know triangle AOD is similar to triangle BCD, and from here I know if suppose this is R, small r, and this is H, so I know, and this I know AD is equals to 4 meter, and here AO also I know 2 meter. So I can just write the relationship R upon H is equals to 2 by 4. It means H is equals to 2R, or R is equals to H by 2. So these both relation I can use. So here I have R is equals to H by 2, the relation I got. So I am going to replace the value of R in here. So the volume is equals to 1 by 3 pi, the value of R means H by 2 whole square into H, and again I am going to simplify, so it will become 1 by 3 pi H square upon 4 into H, which will be 1 by 3 pi H cube upon 4. And when I am going to differentiate, right now I am going to differentiate because dV upon dt and I want dH upon dt, and this can be done when I will differentiate it. So dV upon dt is equals to 1 by 3 pi by H into 3H square. Now 3 and 3 can be cancelled, and this will be pi H square upon 4 dH upon dt, and this will be also be dH upon dt. Now, so what is the value of dH upon dt? dH upon dt we will get dH upon dt will be is equals to dH upon dt is equals to dV upon dt divided by dV upon dt divided by multiplied by 4 and divided by pi H square, pi H square, and dV upon dt I know dV upon dt is equals to 2. So dV upon dt 2 into 4 upon pi, and the value of H now we can put, or later on also we can put, value of H is 3. So I can put 3 over here, so 3 square. Now we will simplify and we will get the value. Find out, it will be the 8 upon 9 pi, and approximately this is per minute. So this is the way how to solve the problem. There are mainly 3 type of problem which we have considered. One related to volume, another related to just a straight line distance, and third related to the cone. So these are the 3 basic problems which we are dealing with the related rate or rates. Now there are some important rules to solve the problem. Just try to follow the rule so that you will able to get the solution of not only this problem but any of the problem you will be able to solve. First, you need to consider, read the problem carefully. Whatever the problem you are going to read it carefully. Draw a diagram if possible, if you have read the question and if it is possible, and 100% if this is related to mathematics, 90% chance you will be able to draw the possible diagrams. Introduce notation. Assign symbol to the quantities that are functions of time. Then express the given information and required rate in the terms of derivatives. Write the equation of related to the various quantity of the problem. If necessary, use the geometry of situation to eliminate one variable of the situation. Use the chain rule to differentiate both sides of the equation with respect to t. This type of problem we are most often differentiating with respect to t unless not asked. Substitute the given information into the resulting equation and solve for the unknown rate. These are um, few notes which you can use to solve the problem. Thank you very much. Try to solve the NCERT problems. I will give you the NCERT solution also, and you can also call me or ask if you face any problem to solve the NCERT problem. Thank you very much.